Captain, before we step onto this choice and direction island, tell me, what does choose make you think of when it means to select from different options, to pick someone or something for a purpose, and to decide willingly to do something? Meaning 1. To select from different options. Used when someone looks at 2 or more possibilities and picks one. Example: they had to choose the safest path before the weather changed. Common use: choose between 2 things. Choose carefully. Choose the best one. Choose the best path. Meaning 2. To pick someone or something for a purpose. Used when a person or thing is selected because it is right for a job, role, or need. Example: the team chose a strong boat for the long journey. Common use: choose a leader, choose a boat, choose the right tool. Chosen for the journey. Meaning 3. To decide willingly to do something. Used when someone makes a personal decision and acts by choice. Example: she chose to stay calm when the waves grew higher. Common use: choose to stay, choose to help, choose to begin. Choose to stay calm. Choose is a common verb about selection and decision. Sometimes it means picking one thing from several options. Sometimes it means selecting a person or object because it is suitable for a role or purpose. It can also mean deciding willingly to do something. Pick your path with care, Captain. Carry choose for the moment you select from many options, for the act of picking the right person or thing for the task, and for the quiet inner decision to act with purpose as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this depth and feeling island, tell me, what does deep make you think of when it means going far down, being strong or intense, and being thoughtful or not simple? Meaning 1. Going far down from the top or surface. Used when water, space, or something similar has a long distance from the top to the bottom. Example: the boat moved slowly across the deep water near the cliffs. Common use: deep water, deep hole, deep river. Deep water. Meaning 2. Strong, intense, or serious in feeling or condition. Used when emotions, sleep, or silence are very strong or complete. Example: after the long journey, the crew fell into a deep sleep. Common use: deep sleep, deep sadness, deep silence. Deep sleep. Meaning 3. Thoughtful, important, or not simple. Used when an idea, question, or conversation has strong meaning and needs serious thought. Example: Emma asked a deep question about courage and fear at sea. Common use: deep question, deep idea, deep meaning. Deep question. Deep is a descriptive word with several common uses. It can describe physical depth, such as water or a hole that goes far down. It can also describe strong feelings or conditions, such as deep sleep or deep sadness. In another use, it describes thoughts, questions, or ideas that are serious and meaningful. Look below the surface with care, Captain. Carry deep for the water that goes far down, for the feeling or state that grows strong and complete, and for the thoughtful meaning that asks us to reflect as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this use and need island, tell me, what does consumer make you think of when it means a person who buys or uses goods and services, something that uses up a resource, and a living thing that gets energy by eating plants or animals? Meaning 1. A person who buys or uses goods and services. Used for someone who purchases, chooses, or uses products and services in everyday life. Example: the company changed its plan after listening to consumer needs. Common use: consumer rights, consumer demand, consumer behavior. Smart consumer. Meaning 2. Something that uses up a resource. Used for a machine, system, or activity that takes and uses energy, fuel, time, or another resource. Example: the old boat engine was a heavy consumer of fuel. Common use: energy consumer, fuel consumer, major consumer of electricity. Energy consumer. Meaning 3. A living thing that gets energy by eating plants or animals. Used in science for an organism that cannot make its own food and must feed on other living things. Example: in the food chain, the small fish is a consumer, not a producer. Common use: primary consumer, secondary consumer, consumer in the food chain. Primary consumer. Consumer is a noun with several useful meanings. Most commonly, it means a person who buys or uses products and services. In technical or practical contexts, it can mean something that uses up resources such as fuel or electricity. In science, it means a living thing that gets energy by eating other organisms. Watch who uses, who spends, and who feeds in every system, Captain. Carry consumer for the person who buys and chooses, for the machine or activity that uses up resources, and for the living thing that takes energy from other life as we sail to the next island. Captain, Before we step onto this trust and courage island, tell me, what does confidence make you think of when it means belief in yourself, trust in someone or something, and private information shared as a secret? Meaning 1. Belief in your own ability. Used when someone feels sure about what they can do. Example: her confidence grew after she spoke clearly in front of the group. Common use: self-confidence, build confidence, lose confidence. Confidence to speak, meaning to trust in someone or something. Used when you believe that a person, plan or system is good, honest or reliable. Example: the crew had full confidence in the guide during the storm. Common use: have confidence in, inspire confidence, public confidence. Confidence in the guide. Meaning 3. A secret or private matter, shared with trust. Used when someone tells personal information and expects it to remain private. Example: she shared the news in confidence and asked her friend to keep it secret. Common use: in confidence, keep a confidence, betray a confidence. In confidence. Confidence is a noun with several common uses. It can mean belief in your own ability, which is often called self-confidence. It can also mean trust in another person, plan or system. In another use, it refers to private information shared secretly and trustingly. Carry this steady word with care, Captain. Keep confidence for the inner belief that helps you act bravely, for the trust that connects people and plans, and for the private truth that must be protected with honor as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this belonging and responsibility island, tell me, what does citizenship make you think of when it means the legal status of belonging to a country, the rights and duties connected to that status, and responsible participation in a community or society? Meaning 1. The legal status of being a citizen of a country. Used when a person officially belongs to a country by law. Example: after many years abroad, she finally received citizenship in her new country. Common use: gain citizenship, dual citizenship, apply for citizenship. Citizenship granted, meaning 2. The rights and duties connected to being a citizen. Used when talking about voting, obeying laws, helping society, and other responsibilities linked to belonging to a country. Example: the lesson explained that citizenship includes both rights and responsibilities. Common use: citizenship rights, citizenship duties, full citizenship. Rights and duties. Meaning 3. Responsible and active participation in a community or society. Used when someone behaves helpfully, respectfully, and responsibly as a member of a group. Example: cleaning the beach together was a great example of good citizenship. Common use: good citizenship, active citizenship, global citizenship. Good citizenship. Citizenship is a noun connected to belonging and responsibility. It can mean the legal status of officially belonging to a country. It can also refer to the rights and duties that come with that status. In a wider sense, it can describe responsible, active, and respectful participation in a community or society. Carry this meaningful word with pride, Captain. Keep citizenship for the legal bond that joins a person to a country, for the rights and duties that shape public life, and for the responsible spirit that helps a community grow stronger as we sail to the next island.